All right. Here we are. We are going to work on this guy some more. Let's see. So we started him last stream. This is digital. I work in Art Studio Pro, and I don't even know what he's called, but yeah, we're just working on him. So this is the whole picture here. So I did the background first. Let me see if this, I don't think this is gonna help. Nope, that's worse. So we did the background first, and then now we're working on detail here. Just building up that fur texture. And this is really tedious, but it's necessary when you're going for realism. And I just have my reference photo on a separate layer here. So what I do is I just toggle back and forth like this. And I don't recommend that though. If you have like if you can get your reference photo side by side and print it out, then that is much better than toggling back and forth. Because you actually want to look at your reference photo more than you look at your artwork. It's like a bad glare. So I'm just trying to create these light hairs that he has on his, like the top of his fur. He just has these really light kind of, they kind of look wiry, like wiry hairs. So I'm just trying to create that texture. And I'll go back through here with some darks and, you know, when like after I will just adjust my values, I'll just give it a look over and see what needs to be darker, what needs to be lighter. But actually digital painting, I think is fast, even though this right here is kind of, it's like tedious and seems like it takes a while. I still think digital painting is fast compared to like acrylic. So I think I'm going to move on from there just because that is a lot of little hairs there. And I might just move on from his eye, like maybe work on this area around here. So if we go to the reference photo, it's kind of like a tan and dark brown. So I can use my color picker here and just pick up a color if I want, and that's pretty good. Just picked a different color. And all I use is the airbrush tool the whole time. I don't use any fancy brushes or anything. I just use the airbrush. And I just change the size and the opacity. And occasionally my flow. And I use, like I said, the Art Studio Pro app. I know a lot of people are really into Procreate, like that's what most people use, but I've actually never used it. I just got this one because, like, well, it was free. I don't know, Procreate might be free too, but it was free, so I was like, oh, let me just try and see, because I didn't know anything about digital painting at first. I just wanted to try, and then I fell in love with it. So I'm gonna grab like a more like tan, dark tan, and just start filling this in better. And that's not anywhere close to what it needs to be, but I'm just kind of trying to look for the undertones right now, just to get some of those in here. If there's any other digital people here, let me know what you guys use, if you use Procreate or what program you do it in. I'm always curious to know what everyone uses. And the way I paint digitally is just how I do like my traditional painting. I don't use layers. The only layer that I have on here is the photo, the reference photo, but otherwise I just use one layer and I just go build up my layers like I would normal painting. So I just slowly build up color and texture. So I kind of start out with just a soft, big airbrush, and then it'll get smaller and smaller as I refine the details. Hope you guys can see okay. There's kind of a glare. And it kind of shows up a little bit darker than what it really is. So I'm going to start adding just a little bit of that fur texture right here. Got on the color picker. And I like to start dark and then build up to light. And I just want to make sure that the fur is going in the right direction and it's about the right length. And the good thing about this Apple Pencil and like these programs, if you have a pencil like this or a stylus, they're like that pressure sensitive. So like if you press harder, then your line is going to be darker. So it just feels like it's more like, you know, real to drawing and painting. It's more natural. So I'm just randomly putting these hairs like this because they're kind of just going every which way. And then right here they kind of just start going the same way. Then there's some darker undertones here, but it's kind of just spotty. Let me see. Yeah, but I think I'm gonna add them in right now. And I don't have to press very hard, and I don't have my flow very high. It's kind of low here, so it's kind of like I'm just glazing or adding like a really soft layer, but it's going to show through just a little bit, so it'll help with the depth and just kind of getting that undertone color. Then I can go on top with like the white or the lighter fur, and it's going to show up really nice. And I'm going to start out kind of thick just to like get it covered, but I'm not going to cover the whole thing. I'm just going to like start to create that texture. Actually need to bring that down a little bit. Because mine's too high right here, so I'm going to add some more of that dark brown there. Just kind of bring it down and like reshape it a little bit. So see, I guess it would be easier with layers, because then I probably could have fixed that easier, but I just go over it because it's so easy. You can just cover it up. It's almost like acrylic paint. You can just cover it, no big deal. So that's a little bit better. So it's a little bit more round. Also, his eye. This eye needs to be a little bit rounder. I'm going to fix it now since that's what I see. But I'll take my flow down just a little bit. Just try to like round it out just a little bit more. It's a little bit better. So obviously I'll need to go back into there and fix some of the color and stuff, but it's a start. But I'm telling you, it's way easier to have your reference photo right next to you instead of going back and forth like this, because it does make it hard and it's not going to be exact. Artful turkey, you're so nice. Thank you guys. My first raid. Oh my god. You're making me nervous. Aw, you guys are sweet. Thank you. That's awesome. My very first raid. I'm excited. Oh, you guys. How many of your little paintings did you get done tonight? Two? That's good. It's really good. What was the second one you did? Considering how slow you are. Yeah, no, that's really good. And four beans. Oh man, I only saw two. I only saw the two beans. So what were the others? Oh, the redneck falcon. Ooh. Yeah, I can't wait to see. Wait to see them all. They're gonna be awesome. But on a good note, that lets the paint dry. Yeah, for sure. That's true. Yeah, so I'm just doing some digital art here of this guy. Just trying to build up his fur here. Oh, Shauna's a crazy, amazing traditional artist too. Oh, thank you. You're so sweet. Yeah, I do mostly work in acrylics and stuff and do digital, and I'm just starting. Oh, what was that? I'm just starting the watercolor. I'm learning that, so that's, new, but yeah. I like to do wildlife. Uh-oh, how'd that get on there? Seriously? Get off. And this is Art Studio Pro. I know a lot of people use Procreate, but I just never got into that. So I don't know. This is the only program that I've used, but it works kind of the same, I'm sure. And I don't use layers. I use one layer and I go back and forth from the reference um, to the photo. Someone using an iPad without Procreate, right? Because everybody uses it. I'm even a part of like a Facebook group, and it's for digital artists, and everybody on there uses Procreate. Like I swear I'm the only one that doesn't. But I think I did get it one time. I downloaded it and I just couldn't figure out how to use it. And this program is just really intuitive and it was just easy to use. And so I stuck with it. So there's still a lot of stuff I need to learn with like recording and doing all this stuff. Like I have to add, all kinds of stuff. So yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, but we'll see. This is definitely scary to start streaming. You're a natural. Oh, thanks. So what do you guys think so far? And there's kind of like a glare, so it's like weird, but yeah, he's kind of coming along. You want to pet him? I want to pet him too. Does anybody know what this animal is called? Because I haven't looked it up yet, and seriously, I don't know. I love the eyes. Oh, yeah. The eyes are my very favorite part to paint on like any animal, so I pretty much do them first. This one's not like completely finished. I actually right now had to just make it like bigger and stuff. But yeah, it's I love the eyes. My favorite part. A lemur of some sort. Yeah, I think yeah, it's something. It's got to be, right? It's obviously it's from Madagascar because of those big eyes, but yeah, I don't know. I don't think it said on the reference photo when I got it. Maybe it did. I don't know. I got it from Pixabay. You should do a spider. Then they got lots of eyes. Actually, I did do a spider in um, pan pastels and pastel pencils. I do. I have a spider. That's so funny. And yes, they have lots of eyes. If it's Lucas the spider, I'm okay with it. Yeah, he. I thought he was cute. He was real. It's like a macro photo, and he's like real fuzzy and stuff, and he was pretty cute. It was just kind of a pain to have to go back and forth on the reference photo because I always tell people I recommend having the photo next to you, but I'm lazy, so this is how I do it. I just go back and forth. So it's not perfect, but it works. Happy stream. Thank you. You got to rate and run. That's fine. I appreciate it. You're so awesome. Thank you so much. This is only my third stream, and the first stream that I did, I totally forgot to one, I forgot to record it, and I forgot to save it, so I didn't even get to see it, and it's not on my account or anything. So I was like, oh man. So this will show that it's my second one, but I actually did three. Don't worry, stream struggles make you a real streamer. Yeah, I'm sure. Everybody starts somewhere, right? I mean, there's like just so much I have to learn, like a ton. But I'm watching tons of other streams and, trying to learn from them and just asking questions. It's awesome because the art community is so, helpful, and it's awesome. Everybody's so nice and they want to help and they want everybody to succeed and do well. And it's just awesome. I love that. It's like a series of Twitch trials you overcome. Yeah. I'm sure, yeah, I'll make tons more mistakes, but I will learn. Does anybody else in here do digital art? I do a lot of things, but my main three are acrylic, digital, and like pastels. But the other day I did watercolor. I like to play with watercolor. I have like different markers that I try to use. I'm not very good at them, but I like to use them. You tried Procreate once, yeah. I think I downloaded it and I just couldn't figure it out for some reason. And then when I got Art Studio, I just got like the free version, which is pretty much the same as this version. I don't as the Pro. I don't know what the difference is honestly, but and it was just so much easier to use, and I was able to create something that was pretty awesome. So I was like, well, I'll just continue to use this then. The number of brush options is overwhelming. Yeah, that's why I don't do anything fancy. Like seriously, I use the airbrush the entire time. I mean, I've experimented with other brushes, like just playing around, not actually putting them on an artwork, just because this is the way that I'm used to doing it, and it's like I don't know, it's just easy for me, you know. So yeah, I just use the airbrush the entire time, and I just change the like the flow and the like the opacity and the size of my brush, and that's it. Like I don't do anything fancy. Like I said, I don't use layers at all. The only layer I have on there is to have my photo so I could toggle back and forth. But yeah, that's it. I have Photoshop and Illustrator through work, but have barely tried them. Yeah, I have Photoshop too, but I just use it for like editing photos. I've never tried to draw digital on there. I feel like I probably could because, again, I would just use the airbrush. But this is so much easier because you have the pencil and you're drawing like right on here. So it's so, to me, it feels like traditional. It feels like I'm using, you know, acrylic or something. You have too many layers. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really know how to do that. Like I don't know. The layers, it confuses me. I feel like it would be easier because if I made a mistake or something, or like I see videos of people using layers and they like they'll change a whole layer or change the lines, or they do like the line drawing on a layer and then you know a color layer, and it's just to me I just go from start to finish on top of it, and I don't know. And if I mess up, it's kind of like acrylic. You can just um, go over it with another color or a darker color or anything like that. So the moment you realize you have a stray brush stroke but don't know which of the unnamed layers it's stuck on, yeah, see, and then you know if that happens here, it's like oh I could, or if I see it in time, I could just do the undo button, which I do sometimes, but not too often. Um, but yeah, if I really make a mistake, I'll just go over it. I'll just put the opacity up and I'll just like, you know, make it white again or black or whatever. I'll just take it all out and start over that way. I don't know. But normally, I mean, I don't want to say I don't make mistakes. I make mistakes, but they're minor. They're not, you know, anything crazy. So I'm just working his little hairs all the way around his eyes. It gets pretty tedious, but I think it's worth it in the end. I actually haven't done digital art for like, well, no, I lied. Okay, I was going to say for a year, but no, I did do it this year, but I used to do it a lot more, but this year I actually only did like one piece, I think, like one that I would actually sell. I did a couple other, like, I tried to do like Inktober, which never works out for me because I do like 6 days and then I'm over it. I'm like, nope, I'm done. So I didn't finish. And they're just like, okay, because you're doing them so fast. You're trying to do one day and they're not like that good, you know. So I technically only did one that I really like. And so yeah, so I wanted to do another one since it's been a while. I've actually been this year, or last year, I should say, mainly working on my acrylics, and I don't even think I did maybe 2 pastel paintings, but I mostly did acrylic. So this over here is funky. Needs to be worked on for sure. Okay. Gonna go ahead and throw in some darks. And we definitely need to go lighter in there too. See, I look at this just like my regular acrylic painting because, like, sometimes I get, ugly layers and stuff, and I'm just like, yeah, like that doesn't really look good to me, but I'll just go over it. Just go over it till it looks good. I also jump around on my paintings too because I get bored of one spot, so I like jump around. Let's see. Maybe we'll do his nose. Let me see. I think we're gonna get some bluish tone in there. Probably be better. What I always used to do, and this would bug me, every time I would like click the wrong layer, so I would always be trying to draw on, like, or I would like click the picture and I would be drawing and be drawing on the wrong layer, and I'm like, oh my gosh. That's why I can't deal with layers, because I probably just wouldn't be good because I can't even do two layers. That looks really ugly, but we'll lighten it up. You've done that so many times. I know. It's like, oh my gosh, it used to get me so mad because I'm like, on the wrong layer. Oh my gosh. I actually, with this one, knock on wood, haven't done that too often. So I'm not sure how this nose is looking. It kind of looks funny. What is wrong with this shape here? It's like just weird. Maybe because I got to get like his little mouth in here because it looks funny. And I've just come accustomed to, toggling back and forth with the reference photo because when I first started doing it, um, it was like one night and I was just in bed and I was like, oh, let me try this. I just want to see how it is. And so that's what I did. I just brought the photo in there um, and I just toggled back and forth and I was like, well, this is a pain in the butt, but it's just what I do. That's just how I've done it. So it would be way better with reference photo, but I'm so used to it now that it's just how I do it. And it's like not perfect, so like you don't want to hold it right up next to the reference photo, but if you just looked at it, you would be like, oh yeah, that's good, but don't put it next to the reference photo because it does not look like it. Let's see. Gotta pop those highlights. That's really, I love highlights. It's my favorite. In the eyes, in the nose, whatever. It just makes it come to life. Yes, I struggle with that when I started painting. I was so frustrated when it wasn't coming out right. But the second I stopped comparing it to, yeah, what it was supposed to be, yeah, I know. That's the thing too. Like especially me, because I work in realism. Like I get so caught up with, like it being perfect, and it's just, yeah, it's like, okay, it's not going to be exact. I'm not like trying for hyper realism. I have to keep telling myself that, like, you're not doing hyper realism. You're just going for realistic. It's okay if it's off, and it's off. You can tell if you have it side by side, but when you look at it alone, like, it looks fine. So, but it's hard to come off that and just be like, okay, just let it go, let it be. It's got to have some artistic, you know, like you have to have some artistic freedom with it. So like what I usually like to do anyway is like with the photo, like I'll just, I'll look at it for most of the painting, and then towards the end when I'm like almost done, then I kind of step back. I take the reference photo away, and then I'm like, okay, how can I make this better for me? Like how can I make it better for my painting? Like without looking at the photo, what can make it better? Because, yeah, you have to do that because you'll go crazy. So that's not too bad. I think I'm happy with his nose. It's showing up a little bit darker on the camera, I think, because you can't really see, like, I don't know, probably because of the glare and stuff, but it looks okay. And I just love how you can, like, manipulate this and turn it whichever way you want, because I don't do that with my regular, like, canvases and stuff. I don't turn them ever. I know I can, but I don't. And or you can make it bigger or smaller. It's real convenient. So I'm gonna have to darken up this part, like the bridge of his nose a little bit, because there is like light fur there, but it's not gonna show up if I don't go dark enough. So I'm kind of just gonna like glaze dark underneath this undertone here. And I like using the airbrush tool too, because like you can do that like glaze color. Like I'll usually do that after, like too, if like, once I'm done with like the fur texture and details and stuff, and then I can like go through and just glaze color wherever I want it. Because he has like some purples and oranges around his eye and stuff. But I'm not gonna do that until I get like the you know pretty much complete with the fur texture and stuff. Then I'll just do some glazing of different colors. And I'm not picking just black or just white. It's always like has a little like bit of blue in it or purple, or the white is like gray, because I'm gonna just save those like really super bright highlights for the end. It was nice to catch your stream and see the adorable little guy. I've got to go, but I'm sure he'd be back soon again. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. I'm glad you guys came over. That was fun. Yeah, come back for sure. I haven't figured out my schedule just yet, but I know I want to do probably 3 days a week. So yeah, check back for sure. Thanks. It was nice having you. And have a good night. So now I'm getting smaller with this brush here. Brush strokes or pencil strokes, whatever you want to call them. Okay, getting bored of that, so let's move on somewhere else. Let's see. The mouth, let me see. Okay, I think I'm gonna come up here on the ear and work up this fur. It's kind of going into the background, so it's really like fluffy, so I can use a bigger brush. And these are kind of right in front, they're kind of small, so let's like define his ear a little bit more. I could probably finish this ear right now. Kind of going like out that way. And up. So good enough. But I'm gonna fill in this whole ear here dark color. so that when I go on top with the white, it will show up. So just fill that in. And then I'm gonna go with some, like a brighter, not quite white, but like a really light white, and then I can always glaze color on top after. Am I on the right layer? Okay. Ooh, that's too dark. So I'm gonna take down my flow and not push as hard. And just create these crazy hairs. They kind of look like wiry. So I want to make sure that they're like just sporadic, kind of curly and curved, and they're not all the same. And I'm gonna push harder on some and be lighter on others. And this right here is the fun part. The details. Those like fine details, that's the fun part. So I'm going brighter here than what's in the photo because I know I'm gonna glaze color on top. So that's good. I'm gonna take my color picker for this one. All right, so I think that ear is kind of done. Let me glaze that color. So I'm gonna use a bigger brush and I'm just gonna glaze that color over here. So it just tones it down a little bit because it's not white right there. And then I'll even go back on top with some even brighter white hairs because it's showing up kind of white here, but it's really not. So let's see about the top of his head, what we could do there, because that is pretty easy too. So, because it's pretty much one color with just some sporadic little hairs. So basically gonna go like super dark here. And just get this filled in completely. So I'm pushing harder, and I bumped up my flow just a tad. Okay. And I'm just gonna add in some over here because it's kind of transitions into each other. Just getting rid of this line so it's not so straight. And then I'm gonna pick some of this like orangey color, orangey brown, rust, I don't know. And and just add some in here. This part's actually kind of easy because it's just, there's no real detail there. You're just getting little, you know, it's out of focus, so you just see subtle changes in the fur color. So that's probably good. So let's work on this little patch here. So I think I have the base colors there. I'm just going to darken them up just a little bit, make them a little more opaque so I can start going on top with the lighter fur. Just try to make this transition a little better. Alright, so that's a good base layer. So now I'm gonna grab this like kind of golden. It's like yellow. It's pretty bright. Maybe like that, and just go really low. And he kind of just has this like sporadic hair. I'm not gonna do the entire thing because it gets real tedious, but I'll just do like the edges here. This is where you're like really gonna see it anyway. And I'll even go brighter than this, but for now that's pretty good. And they're just like these little curly hairs that are like on the top of, like, I don't know, the top coat. I don't know what you call it. And back here it's going to be thicker because that is what's out of focus. And actually it's like all along this part. This is very tedious. Every hair doesn't have to be perfectly in place. I'm just looking at the general direction of the fur, and it's pretty sporadic as far as like, I don't know, the way they go. They're kind of, some are wavy and stuff, so I'm just quickly trying to get those in because it really doesn't matter too much. You're just going for close. And I just go back and forth often to just make sure that I'm getting it right. I'm in the general direction and the general area where it needs to be. I'm just trying to get it covered right now, and then I can like refine it with a brighter color. But at least that gets a good base layer there. Hi, just followed you. You don't have new follower alerts. Oh, thank you. I know I'm so new. This is only my third stream, and it doesn't even show my first stream because I didn't know how to like save it or anything. So I'm so new and I'm still figuring things out for like how to do that, the alerts and stuff. But thank you so much. Thanks for the follow. Yeah, hopefully soon. I'm like still trying to read about it and like get to know Twitch and stuff. I'm very new, so sorry about that, but thank you for the follow. So if you didn't get to see, this is what we're working on. Digital, and I am using Art Studio Pro, and we are just working on very tedious fur right now. It's not that important. Congrats for starting on Twitch. Amazing art. Thank you. Yeah, it was scary starting, that's for sure. I was nervous, but I talked to a couple other artists on here, and they were like, "You should do it. It's fun." Are you an artist by chance? Because I know, the art community is awesome, and everybody supports everybody, and I just love that. You're doing so well. Thank you. Yeah, I was most nervous, not even for like just talking on camera or, because my art or anything. I was nervous because the technical stuff. Like, there's a lot of stuff you need to know when you're streaming and how to do, and I don't even have everything set up yet. So, yeah, it's just I'm like, how do I do this? How do I do this? So it's gonna take me a little bit. I need to learn. Yeah, there's a lot to it. So I feel like once you're set up, though, it'll be good. But there's just so much that I don't know yet how to do it. I was like so sad that my first stream didn't even save or whatever. I was like, oh my gosh. But and honestly, I don't even know if you have to like go in and set that every time. Hopefully this one saves because I really don't know. I only draw as a hobby as of now. I follow many art channels and have befriended many art streamers. Oh, that's awesome. That's cool. What kind of art do you do? That's how art started for me as a hobby. I do mostly wildlife, and I work mostly in acrylics and digital and pastels. So that's what you'll see mostly on here, like probably a lot of acrylic and stuff. And I do some watercolors. My other video that I did a couple days ago was a watercolor piece, but I'm very new at that, so I'm still kind of learning and stuff. But I like to try all different kinds of all different mediums. I have markers and I have like oh, what are those things called? Like ink tints and all that stuff. Mostly just pencil or charcoal. That's cool. Yeah, when I first started out too, that's what I did. That's mainly what I did was pencil and charcoal. Of course, cuz like in school and stuff, I like that's what you start with, you know. That's kind of how you learn anyway, like your structure and stuff is like with picture or with pencil, and you learn your shading and your values and stuff. So yeah, so that's great. That's what I started with too. And then I moved into color pencil actually. So I do color pencil too. You're friendly and nice. I think you'll get many followers soon. Oh, thank you. I hope so. I hope it works out. Oh. So do you share your art on things like Instagram or anything like that, or it's just mainly like for yourself? Because I know like when I first started, I was so scared to show my art. Like I didn't want anybody to see. But if you share it and stuff and on your Instagram, go ahead and put your Instagram in, and I can like check you out. Okay, I think I'm gonna stop at that part, and then we'll kind of move on to there. Let's see. Kind of need yellow, but not so bright. Mostly for myself. If I feel more confident about it, I may post them in the future. Yeah, for sure. It definitely has to be, you got to feel comfortable with it. Because, like I said, at first I was really nervous. Like, I didn't want anybody to see anything that I did. And then eventually, as I practiced and got better, then I was more comfortable. So yeah, you'll see me do lots of different media, but mostly wildlife is what I like to paint. I do all kinds of wildlife. And I'm working in Art Studio Pro because I know a lot of people want to know, and most people use Procreate. So I'm very different in that way. Many art streamers on Twitch have a Discord. Sometimes they tell their followers to post. Yes, I do have one. Because that's another thing I need to do is set up my bot thingy. So I do have a Discord, and let me see. Let me see if I could go to it, and then you can like see it, because it give you the thing. Discord honestly is like so confusing to me. And I was playing in it the other day. Is it this one? I don't know. I was playing in it the other day, just trying to see. It says, okay, hang on, because I found it the other day where it gave you like the code thingy. Is it this? No. Oh, no. Right here. Yeah. No. Is that it? Oh my gosh, let me see. Um, uh-oh, what happened to my chat? Oh, there we go. Um, so where does it show me? Do you know? Maybe it's the other one. I see. I don't even know why there's two. Ah, how do I get back? why there's two like profiles for me. Like I don't even get that. So like cuz there's like a link. Is it this number right here? Okay, let me type this in. It might be that number. Have you tried Procreate? Yeah. I think when I very first was like gonna try digital art, I think I downloaded it on here and sorry, I'm typing this in. And I just didn't really like it and I didn't know how to use it. And then so I got this program, Art Studio, not even the pro version, which honestly I don't know the difference. But oops, that's wrong. Okay. And and this program for me was just really intuitive and it was just easy for me to do. Okay, so I'm thinking that's it. I don't know. Oh, you could try to go there and tell me if that is or not, but I think gonna join. Okay, hopefully that's it because I don't know why it's showing that I have like two profiles and stuff. Or I don't know. Maybe because I made like an art one. I'm not sure, but yeah, that would be awesome. Thank you. Do that. I will hopefully learn how to use it soon and then I can, start putting updates and stuff on there. Because then you guys can know like when I go live and all that. So we'll see. But yeah, there's just so much that I need to learn. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, I don't know why, but Discord is just very confusing to me. So, but I'm sure once I play around in it a little bit, it'll be better. And I think like I know with Procreate, I mean with this program too, you can do like a lot of stuff and it has like a lot of tools and a lot of brushes and stuff, but I don't do that. I'm very like the only thing I use is the airbrush and I change the size of the brush and the opacity and that's it. I don't even use layers. The only two layers that I have here are my reference photo and the painting. So I'm painting just like I am like traditionally, like building up my layers from on one thing. I'm not using layers or anything. So and yeah, I don't even use different brushes. Just joined your Discord. Thank you. Yay, that's awesome. I think you're probably my first person because I haven't sent it out yet to anybody or done it because I got to set up my little chat bot thing too, which I meant to do today, but then I didn't have time. So maybe this week because I think I want to try to come back to stream. Well, first I have to figure out my schedule, like a permanent schedule for streaming, but I think that I am going to do like 3 days a week. Not always at night though. I think I'm going to do like a couple day streams and then maybe a night stream. But next time, because what's today's Tuesday. So I think I was going to try to come back Thursday. I think Thursday. So yeah. And then I also was looking at like the extensions and stuff. the other day, and I got like a countdown extension, but I don't even know how that works. Like I don't know how people see it. So yeah, so I have a lot to learn. All right, so I think I'm gonna get into this right here. It's actually it's coming along slowly but surely. Oh, let's see. Oops. So I gotta bring that black in there. So if you have other Twitch friends that are interested in art, share. Just tell them about me because I'm new. That would be awesome. All right, I think that's better. Have you already done raids? I have not done a raid yet. I was trying to figure it out last time, and then I ended up not doing it because I couldn't find it. I had seen it the first time, and then I lost it for some reason. I was like, where do I find that? But I got raided today for the first time, which was awesome. I got raided by Artful Turkey. I don't know um, if you follow him. But he does like watercolor pieces. He does a lot of like pet portraits and stuff. And he's pretty awesome. So anyway, so yeah, so they raided me today. So that was that was fun. And I was just watching his stream too earlier. It was funny. So of course gonna tell them about you. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. Hey, and then since you know about Discord, like, because right now when I went into that link, it says it was going to expire in a day. So, um, like, do I have to get a new code like every few days? Is that how it works? I came with Artful Turkey, but was busy at the time, so just lurked. Oh, okay. That's awesome. Yeah. I love Artful Turkey. I watch him a couple times a week. Um, but yeah, like with Discord, I was wondering um, about that code thing because it said it was expiring, and so I was like, that's kind of weird. Well, let's see. We need to fix this part. It's funny. This needs to be kind of reshaped. Okay, I'm not quite sure, but I see that many streamers have a command to make a Discord invite appear in chat. Something like, oh, yeah, yeah, okay, that, yeah, I think that invitation doesn't expire because it's always the same, but don't know how to get. Maybe we can ask a streamer or mod about it. Yeah, I know I need to because I'm like seriously so lost with it. Um, but yeah, maybe when I set up my bot with like the commands and all that stuff, um, then I can add that in there. Because I also want to do that with like the with my social media accounts and stuff. And I just been looking like really quick every day if I have time, like here and there, to kind of go into it and see. Um, but because I tried to do it the other day, I was like, oh, let me put in like my, my Instagram and stuff, and it's I don't know, it was weird. It didn't really work. It was kind of weird. So yeah, I need to look at it better. It's because I'm just kind of like, when every time I do it, I just have a few minutes, so I'm like, oh, kind of rushing and stuff. Um, but yeah, I need to ask like some streamers. I mean, because I know everybody's so helpful. They're like willing to help. So I just need to ask like, hey, how do I do this? Or watch some YouTube videos, which I've done already too for some things. But I guess I need to watch some more. So we're working our way down. Okay, are you gonna stream much longer, like 2 hours more or so? I'm checking out some other streamers. Maybe I can suggest them to raid you when they finish. Um, yeah, what time is it? Let me see. I think I was, yeah, I'm not positive how long. Maybe like another hour though. Maybe another hour. So, yeah, if I am, I mean, tell them to check me out. That would be awesome. I appreciate that. So that would be awesome. Cause yeah, it's like 10:45 here. So yeah, probably another hour, hour and 15. So thanks for stopping by too. I appreciate it. That was so fun, that raid. My pleasure. All right. Well, we'll see you later. Have fun watching your other streams. I'll be watching yours too. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Yeah, that's kind of nice when you can just like pop in and out of whoever's stream you want. Okay, I'm just trying to fill in this white here so that I can move on to something else. And once I get everything, happy to meet you. Oh, if you're still on, happy to meet you too. I just saw your comment. Sorry. Very happy to meet you. Um, Once I get everything to about this point that this is, then I can just focus more on, a little bit more on color and my values, making sure everything, darks are dark enough and lights are light enough. But okay, so now I can move on this side. So that's pretty much filled in. Good enough. And then we kind of need to come out here. just feather this out so there's a transition there. I think with less layers it's more difficult since many artists use a lot of layers to try new things. Some say they have a limit in the amount of undos, so they use layers instead. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. I just don't know how to how to use layers very good. But yeah, you're right, because I have done that before where I undo, 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 and then it's like, oops, you can't undo anymore. So yeah, that makes sense. But I feel like this is very forgiving too, um, because you can cover it up like very easily, you know. So to me, it's like traditional painting, um, because I'll just go on top and be done with it. So a lot of glazing needs to happen, but I will do that towards the end. So right now, oops, I just want to continue to move on to this side. And this is pretty much in shadow. There's not much detail there. So for right now, I think I'm just going to cover it with one color here. Because this is very deep in shadow. Okay. Starting to look better. Just gonna add some over here. So we're actually getting there. I don't know how good you guys can see because of that glare. And then this is getting dirty because my hand is rubbing over it, but but we're definitely getting there. So I think let's work on the tree here a little bit. Let's see. I'm gonna put my flow up pretty good because I want it dark. And I'm just gonna add in some of these darker areas. And we'll just start getting the texture in here going. And this is a tree, so it does not have to be perfect because all trees are different. So I just need it to be, you know, close. It just needs to look like a tree. But I don't need every little crack and like that, so. Because that tree bark is like pretty I mean, it's pretty in focus and it's pretty detailed, but I don't care so much about this tree that, I don't want all that detail. I just want, I want the focus to be on him. So I'm not going to worry too much about this. I'm just going to get the general, um, I don't know. I might want it to be kind of blurry, like like it has like a vignette or something around it, like a blurry vignette. I don't know. So I'm just gonna throw in like random lines here, and I'm just gonna keep picking random brown and tan and black and colors, because yeah, I probably don't even need to look at the tree reference because mine's not gonna really look, I don't know, I don't think I want it to look too much like that, but we'll see. Okay, I'm getting sloppy with that. So I will just glaze some color over it. I'm mostly going to try to stick it around the edges because, like I said, I want it to be kind of like a vignette. I don't want the focus to be on this tree. And I'll just go here, there, and everywhere with it. Okay, let's see. Maybe this color. Okay, and then this tree though has some kind of, I don't know. Let me do some brighter like highlights. See how that works. Just to try to create some texture. I don't want to go crazy with it, but so I just want to do this like sparingly, I think, because I don't want too much. Now it's starting to look more like a tree. Okay, but I think I'm gonna leave it like that for now. And then we'll work our way down on him. And this part should be pretty simple because it is so out of focus that we just need to create some fur texture here. It's very out of focus and blurry, so I need to take that flow down. Let's see, that's too bright though. We need more of like a yellowy, like a yellow color. It's weird because I think like the camera is like catching the darks really dark and then the lights are like super light. It's not really showing like good color. Just trying to make this transition here. Okay. Can't really see the color change there. Actually, I'm gonna go a little bit brighter yellow. But I'm just putting some yellow highlight on the edge of his fur there where the light is catching. It's really hard to tell, but when you guys if you guys see a photo of it, I'll have to take a photo. If you see a photo of it, it's probably better. I actually probably need to go a little bit brighter anyway. Alright, so that's a good base, I think. Uh-oh. He's a lot fatter than he's supposed to be, huh? Whoa. That's okay, we'll just color pick there and I will bring it back in. I guess that's how I get people using layers, because they probably could fix that pretty good, but let's see. Okay, I'm gonna cheat a little bit and go like that, just so I can see where it was. So yeah, so that needs to be, I need to shave a lot off of there, so oops. Always do that. Alright, I made him a little bit too fluffy, so just shaving him down a little bit. And I'll try not to get carried away with the highlighted fur this time. Alright, so I just gave him a haircut. And then go back in here with the really bright highlight. And I'll add it back in, but just not as far. Much better. Okay, so then this is really out of focus. What color is that? It's kind of like a, let's see, maybe something like this. Okay, so now this is this part should be quick here too. So I finally, no, that's weird. Let me color pick that. I finally feel like I'm seeing the light at the end of the tunnel, because once we get this really good base layer down, then it's just refining stuff, like adding the super you know, fine detail and adjusting color a little bit and making sure that the that your values are right. But it seems like a lot, but it's really not. So we're kind of getting in the home stretch here. don't think I'm looking forward to doing his hand though, because that just looks really weird right there. Yeah, I don't think I want to do that. So this should be easy because, yeah, we're just trying to create some shadows and stuff. It's very, very blurry right here, so just creating some shadows and highlights. And then we'll go a little bit darker with the shadows. Make our brush a little bit smaller so it doesn't cover up that whole bit. Well, it kind of looks like it, but it looks funny to me still. Sometimes it helps too to really like bring it out like this, kind of like you're stepping back from it, looking at it different. So I'm just gonna leave that how it is, and then let's add some more shadow under here. Oh, let's see. This kind of has like a curve. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to this. I don't like his little hand. I have to just look at it as, okay, it's shapes and that's it. Because I'm thinking, okay, this is his hand and it does not look like a hand. It's really weird. But we'll try anyway. And here I'm just going to be switching back and forth from my reference a lot because I really need to see what this is. Yeah, it's kind of hard. I don't even know. I feel like that's not even the right shape at all. Oh well, I'll just go with it. Okay. We're almost there. Oh my god, I don't even know what this looks like. So weird. I don't know. Maybe if I add some really dark shadow to define these. But I don't know. It's kind of weird. Just looks like his fingers are short or fat or they're cut off or something. Looks, yeah. Oh my gosh, I don't even know. This is so weird. It's like fat. What the heck? Oh man. No. Okay. And that's not the right color. Okay, let's see if we could go smaller and just add in some like fur texture or something. See if it makes it look any better, but I don't think it's gonna help. Let me see. I guess if you look at it from far away like this, like that, it doesn't look bad. Okay. It's kind of starting to look like something. Like a hand, I guess. It's kind of starting. At least this will give it like a good, base layer to work on, and then I could come back through and refine it later when I do everything else, but at least this is, yeah, pretty good foundation. I guess it kind of looks like a hand. I know you will get it. Yeah, it's funny. But I think, I don't know, I think I've just been looking at it too long too. Alright, so let's see. We're very, very close to being done with this. With this base layer. It's a funny animal. Oh my god, I just had deja vu. I just had deja vu that this just happened. This streaming and you saying it's a funny animal. That's crazy. Yes, it is funny animal. Not even sure what it is, but it is funny. Alright, so let me see. So I think let me see. Okay, it's not bad when you look at it from far away. But this is basically the base layers. A little more than the base layers. They're not like the very, very base layers, but still a lot needs to be done as far as glazing and just reworking a couple things. I think I'll work a little bit more on this eye here. But the base is there, and I can always add more fur detail around here. And yeah, so we'll just keep working. This. So he kind of has kind of like a greenish in his eye. So we're gonna just get some of that in there, kind of try to make it look like this eye, because I really like this eye. So yeah, looking good. Thank you. I was almost done with the eye, but then I realized it just was not the right shape. It needed to be bigger, so I had to add more eye in there. And then now we need to add some more of that yellow back in. Kind of like a goldish yellow. That might be too bright, but we'll see. Just gonna get rid of this dark line because I need to add a new one. Because that was just too small. I don't even think, you know, a lot of this little detail is in his eye right here. I'm just adding it because I think it'll look better for my artwork. Kind of just making it pop more. It's a little bit brighter. Yeah. Okay, now I can add, I think, some of these like brown tones in here. They're a little bit darker, like through here. And then I can add that, like, I don't even know. I'm gonna call it a vein. I know it's not a vein, but this vein detail. Almost done with this eye. So that's a little bit better. Let me see. It's still needs to be darker up top, so I'm just gonna take like like a greenish, like a dark green, and just kind of run over this. That might not even be dark enough because I really want like a shadow. Nope, darker. Let me see. Maybe more brown. And then I can add some more detail back on top, but it just was too light. It needed to be toned down. That's better. Because then it looks more consistent with this eye over here too. So let me add this in certain places. Okay. And we're just gonna clean this up just a little bit. All right, that's a lot better. Actually, down here. Yeah, way better. Okay, so now I'm gonna take some gray and just pop in that little highlight like on his waterline. I don't even think you guys can see that. It's so, it's real little. It's really subtle, but it adds a lot. You'll be able to see it when I take the picture. All right. Okay, I know you can see that a little bit more. Just adding this little shine under his eye. And I'm not doing just a straight line, I'm like doing different pressure too. So some spots have more pressure than others, so that's why it's darker and it's appearing like more natural. So his eye is a little bit more round, but I need to still work around his eye anyway, so let me see. So I think we'll do that right now. Okay, so there's kind of a lot of purples around his eye, so I'm gonna kind of bring those in a little bit. Okay, I'm just trying to see what color is best, and then I'm just gonna like very lightly go over. I don't even know if you'll be able to see it on camera, but just to glaze some color around his eye here. Ooh, that's dark. Very lightly. I'm not pushing hard, because the harder you push, the more color will go down. So just lightly. And I'm going to go back on top anyway with more fur detail. So if I go like a little bit too dark, it's not a big deal because it's going to get covered up a little bit anyway. And since I have this color, I'm going to go ahead and do that color wherever I see it on him. So it kind of looks bright right now, but it'll get covered up. Uh-oh. I have low battery. You know what's something I should do and is save this often, because I've done that before where I forget to save it and it yeah, and then I've done all that work and I lose it. So oh my gosh, I'm glad that didn't happen because that would be sad. It kind of has this color like all right here. It's really subtle, but it's there. So just lightly going over. Okay, then I can focus more on the details there. So let's see. Well, my iPad is dying, but I think I was only gonna go for another about 15 minutes anyway, so. Okay, and I'm only going into my brushes. I'm not picking a new brush. I'm still using the airbrush the whole time, but for some reason when I click the color picker tool, it's changing my brush when I go back to the brush. I don't know why it's doing that because it's never done that before, but it is different. They like updated it, so I'm not sure what is going on with that. But I'm still using the airbrush. I'm just getting back to it. So I'm just getting more detail around the eye. And that made like so much difference right there. Just adding a little bit more of a highlight on here so that it stands out more. Then I'm just going back in with some dark here, just to make that stand out even more. So that's really starting to get more dimension now. Okay, let's see how much fur I could get done right here. I don't like to do too much of this like fur detail on camera because it's very tedious and it's repetitive and it's probably very boring to watch. So, I mean, I don't like to, but we'll see. Actually, let me work on this eye now and kind of do the same thing. This eye has a lot more dark area around it. So let's see. It's like higher, because this is the side where the shadow is. He's next to that tree there, so it's just casting a little bit more of a shadow around his eye. All right, so that's a little better, and then we're gonna go lower here. And even this comes out quite a bit. So it kind of looks funny here, but I mean, that's how it is in the reference photo. I'm going to tone that down just a little bit. But yeah, it's like there's a very heavy shadow. And then I noticed that right here, that's like not even in the same or in the right spot. So let me fix that since I see it now. This is what I do. If I make a mistake, there's no layers, I just white it out. I mean, I obviously have some adjustments to make, but overall it's okay. Okay, so that eye is a little bit better shape there. So since I have this highlight color, I can add in this highlight. Might be a little bit harsh, so I'll tone it down later, but it's okay. Like that. And let's get some of that like reddish brown to add around here. Okay, so that's actually pretty good. All right, so now I'm gonna start on the fur again over here because it needs to be light, but I'm gonna start with some fatter hair, some thicker strokes. You know what? I need to see what my iPad is at charging because, or not charging, what the battery is. 7%. Okay. I'll probably just go 10 more minutes anyway. I'm so close to being done. This is just refining details and stuff, and I mean, it's almost done. If somebody looked at this, you would probably think it's done. But it still has a little bit to go with, because I want to make sure that these transitions where the fur is accurate, and I want to just make sure that my darks are dark enough and my lights are light enough. Pay attention to the values, because that's what makes your work realistic. I'm going pretty heavy right here, not doing like individual strokes, just because the fur seems to be a little bit thicker there, so you don't always have to just do every little, fur stroke. So now he's starting to look like he has thicker fur, like there's an undercoat, and it just looks more natural. 5%. I think I'm gonna have to stop for today because my iPad is going to die. But that was a good stream. We did almost 3 hours, and yeah, thanks everybody for joining me. I had my first raid tonight, which was awesome, from Artful Turkey. That was super fun, and yeah, just if you guys are watching and you like it, then definitely follow. And I have to figure out my schedule, but I'm wanting to do 3 days a week right now. So I'm hoping, good night. I'm hoping that I can do, 3 days a week. And I just want to, I got to see my schedule. I got to figure out my schedule. I'm not sure what it's going to be yet, but I think I'm going to try to come back on Thursday. And probably be doing something else, because I think I'm going to finish this off camera, because I'm so close to being done. It's almost done. So I think I'm going to, I'll probably work on something else. I don't know yet what. But yeah, so thanks everybody for watching and hanging out with me and chatting. And yeah, it was super fun. So let me see. Okay, because I was trying to raid somebody last time and I couldn't figure out how to do it. So let me see if I remember how. So bear with me while I look over here really quick on my computer. Okay. Go, go, go. There we go. Okay, let me see. Okay, that's not what I was looking for. Okay, now my computer wants to run slow. Seriously? Come on, load. Okay. Come on. All right. I think I found it. So let me see. So there's only one other person. So we're going to choose that I follow right now. So anyway, so yeah. So thanks, guys. Thanks a lot for watching. And yeah. Definitely follow and come back. It was super fun.